Welcome back to Willow Creek. Today we're going to be working on the influencer's apartment. That's Lacey. We're going to be working on her bathroom and her bedroom, which I have already chosen a lot of the pieces that we are going to be putting in those. And I'm kind of excited, especially for the bathroom for some reason. So you'll see. Before we get into that though, please leave me a like and a comment if you don't mind. Also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I certainly appreciate that. But let's go ahead and I will meet you in build mode in just a bit. Alright, so here we are, and I've made a few changes, of course, as I always do. First things first is just I had to change out the light fixture above the dining area. This is still like similar, it's just the smaller one. And the reason being is just because she could not sit, like I was playtesting and she couldn't sit in the chairs with the big one that I had. So now she's able to do that. Everything works in here. She was able to make coffee, make a small meal because she can't really cook. I also added, well, I fixed this. Like if it mattered to you, it probably doesn't, but I fixed the curtain in the closet, so that works pretty well. And then as you can probably see, I also just took that gray awful color. It's obvious. Okay, before the whole Joanna Gaines takeover, which by the way, I love Joanna Gaines, but like that specific takeover where everything is gray now, I actually love the color gray. I've loved it since I was a kid. I like it with pink. It is gorgeous and it's cozy to me because I like winter and fall. So I always just associated that with something cozy. But anyway, I took that out. So we have the same kind of like lilac colored walls for the ones that aren't full of this stick-on wallpaper here. And that, I think that's it. I think that's all the changes that I actually made from last time. So we're going to be working on the bathroom today and the bedroom. So like I said, I'm going to be putting her office over here. I was debating because this is supposed to be like the main bedroom. So the main bedroom obviously would have like a closet, but the way that these are, they're so small. I'm just going ahead and doing this as her main bedroom. Now I would suppose on like a normal, like real life scenario, you could probably like fit in a double bed in here and be just fine. But I know they can do like the scoot over thing. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So just to be on the safe side, I'm putting this, well, the bed's going to be against the wall anyway, but it doesn't matter. You'll see what I mean. We're going to have more room. Since she's a single sim. But we're going to start in the bathroom. So I'm going in a fun direction in the bathroom, I think. I hope. The way I was kind of like testing this out. First, let's make sure we have deletion protection on so we don't lose all of our knickknacks and everything. That would be very bad. So what I'm doing is that I want to keep the original tiling. However, I don't like the original tile and I wanted to go in a more fun direction, funnerer direction. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but they do have the peel and stick tiles in real life. So I am going to pretend like she is painting the upper part of the wall in this purpley color. And then the bottom part, we got some peel and stick tiles. And when did we get peel and stick tiles? Well, not too long ago in Love Struck, I believe. So I'm actually going to be putting these on the bottom. And I think this is so cute. I mean, not for me. Not for my bathroom, but for her bathroom. I think this is adorable. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of overlap that a little bit on the bottom. It's going to jump around, but whatever, dude. It's fine. That way we have a fun tile and we get to stick in with the fun colors that we've been doing. And you know, I like this. I think this is a fun experiment. It feels to me like something I would have done in my 20s had this been like a thing. Like I've always liked design and stuff. So I feel like I would have done something like this. And if you're not moving around too much and it's not like jibbling, it's really pretty. It's really cool. I like the color. I know it's not exactly the style that we've been going for her, but I do think this is still... It's still colorful. It's still within that wheelhouse, in my opinion. And again, I think it's like a fun DIY project that she probably would have done or would be doing. And it is following a lot of the same colors that we've had throughout. But now that I'm seeing that, Do I want to change the color on top? Let's see. No, I think that's fine. I think the purple kind of, it goes. It's fine. I think it's all right. I like how I'm second guessing myself. So to that, I also have this Love Struck carpet, or rug, I should say, that I have sized way down that we're going to be using for the shower, just to make sure that you're not slipping and sliding all over when you're coming out of the shower. And I did it in this pink color. This originally is really big, but I think the like scalloped waviness kind of goes with this design choice, because that is what we see a lot of in this sort of like Gen Z-ish style. It's kind of like the new, you know how like in the 80s that was apparently like a thing when we had all of these kind of like, I don't know what they would call it, contemporary, like modern, I don't know, style. But oh, by the way, I noticed whenever I was editing that this is the wrong color. Instead of being violet, it was purple, so we're gonna put it to violet. Little thing, but it stuck out to me and it irritated me when I was doing this. If it did for you, there, now it's changed. Please don't harass me anymore. No, nobody was harassing me. So stylistically, I think that is the way to go in here with this. And I wanted to have some kind of storage in here because, again, storage is boss no matter what and no matter who you are. So I'm putting this above the toilet. This is just that base game shelving unit. And on here, I just have like a little plastic box on top where she can put her accessories, some little things here and there, her brush, whatever things that she would have, ponytail holders and extra toiletries and things. We have the little aesthetic tray on the middle, some skin cream or lotion, and some toilet paper on the bottom. And I did it in that yellow just to kind of give it that little bit of freshness that we have throughout with the color. And I think that's quite nice. Oh, it looks like my AC is turning on. So it's a little bit hotter today. It's been so nice all week and the AC hasn't been running, but like today is a little bit hotter. And I'm gonna go in with these like limeish colored base game towels. I just thought that would be nice because it does kind of fit with what all the things we're doing throughout, the green pops and things like that. And it's the only kind of like very basic looking towel bar that we've got with this kind of color. So I'm just going to be doing that. I think that's just fine. With that though, I've got this. I just thought it would be nice to have a little hand towel by the sink. So I'm putting that there in the same swatch. Because to me, I feel like these basic towel racks, they look like they'd be in an apartment. I wish that they were black to kind of match them with the fixtures, but you can't have everything. So that's fine. Let me move this door slightly over because that is kind of bothering me a little bit. Like, I don't know why that was so far over. That's where it like directed itself to. And I don't think that's gonna be, yeah, we won't be able to see that going into the wall or anything. The tiling. That's bothering me, the jiggling, but I'm gonna try to overlook it. The last little touches that I have a little soap dispenser here. And I would imagine this is also like some command strip situation with this. Like she didn't drill into the wall necessarily for this, that she's putting her soaps and stuff into for her hands. Maybe this is like her hand cleanser and her like face cleanser or something. I don't know. Do with that what you will. But last thing we have in here is just a little cup with her toothpaste and toothbrush in it. So here is a look at the I almost said toilet. Well, this is the toilet, but at the bathroom. I think it's really cute. I think it's fine. I think it's definitely showing some creativity with the stick-on tiles. And I also think it's just really nice. It fits our aesthetic of what we're going for. In here, I like the purple, I like the green pops. And I kind of like that the mirror and the vanity or like the basin, they don't really match with the aesthetic because this is an apartment, so it just, that really flows for me. I think that's really nice. I might add a candle in here or something because I would imagine she probably like that when she takes a bath. Maybe we'll do that after the fact, but let's go ahead and jump over to the main bedroom. So I was really excited when I was making this. I already have some pillows put out because as I was doing this, I had to use a lot of the tool mod, and so I'm using this Love Struck bed. This was the limited edition thing with, I don't love that it's got the mattress, like the bare mattress just hanging out, or that it's on a bare mattress, but I'm gonna overlook it. On here I've added some of these koala bears. This is some Sims lore stuff. I think this is from Parenthood, or is it Kids Room or Parenthood? It's the Kids Room pack. So we have like all these void critters and like other little cute like things within the Sims lore, Sims 4 lore. And I think that was really nice. I just kind of made them different sizes and sized them down. I'm also using these pillows that were from the Little Campers kit. Yeah. And just this base game pillow, the limited edition thing. I just thought that was really nice. And so I think that kind of completes that. I think it looks really nice. And again, this is all about her aesthetics. She could film in here, different little things. And that's what I'm sort of creating in this room, is little vignettes, if you will. That way she can sort of have some filming space, but also be comfortable in a cute apartment as well if this doesn't pan out. I mean, I also added some of these bamboo curtains as well, or excuse me, shades as well, to give her a little bit of privacy, because just over here would be another window, so you wouldn't want to see into the bedroom all the time, someone else's bedroom, either up or on the bottom. So yeah, that wouldn't be good. So we've got those, and then I'm layering more little curtains. We're taking some inspiration from her sister Aunt and the lovely layering, but this is a contemporary take on that. So I'm just putting on some regular transparent curtains. These are from Parenthood. I know that these are from Parenthood. And then I'm going to be putting on these blooming rooms, because this is so social media-esque to me, plants just above it. I just feel like, come on, you've seen this. That's the reason why they made this, is because people do stuff like this. Honestly, I love plants. I do. If you're new here, hello. I used to be a plant mom. I used to have like 500 plants. Yes, I'm that millennial. Not 500, but I had a lot. Whenever I was still living in Ohio, I had a whole big sunroom in the back of our old house, and I filled that thing up with plants. So I would have loved something like this. However, now that I have a human child and fur children, that's a little too much for me to take care of. So we don't have that many plants anymore. Plus I couldn't pack them all. It was like a whole sad thing. I had to give up a bunch. But anyway, long story short, I would love it. I'm also going to be using these again because these are so aesthetic from high school years. I'm using 2 of them, and I'm putting the little draperies by the wall because why not? Oh, and also I wanted to, let me put these over here. I wanted to put some more wall decal and stuff like that up for her. So what I'm going to do is sort of just do these 2 walls with the decal at the top, like the wallpaper decal, and then I'm going to do the rest of the walls in just this same green color. Again, these are from Pastel Pop, so you know that is the style we're going for here. Again, this just creates some vignettes, and yeah. I was going to do the whole room in just like the half decal, the half wallpaper decal, but then you'll see what I'm saying in a little bit. It was a little much. It was a little much, at least for me, so I had to just kind of scale it back a little bit, and hopefully it'll work out. We might change it up, but I think this is better. Of course, we're going to be using this high school years. I sized it up with a bracket key rug. And this one, I thought this was like the perfect swatch with the flowers and everything. They have some others as well, but I just felt like the grass one with the flowers just really worked. I like the colors. I think it goes with our wallpaper, so on and so forth. I'm just going to take this light out because this is too much light with this spotlight here. And I've got this little egg chair. Of course, I had to use this one. And I'm using it in the swatch that has these like pastels and so on in there, so that we can have our little seating area in case she needs to get serious and talk about her life updates. You know, I could see her sitting in here and talking about like, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut back on my hours, and I don't know. Or her story times. I wish I was that kind of YouTuber. Just like doing story times and stuff all the time. That would be so fun. I don't really know if I have that many story time stuff. I'd probably have to make stuff up. I don't know. That wouldn't be very good or fun. Probably fun to watch, because it would just be a bunch of me making up a bunch of stuff. And people would call me out for it and I would get canceled. No, I could see the whole thing flashing before my eyes. So I'm using this Dream Home Decorator small table, which I'm going to be using also as a bedside table as well. I think that's Dream Home Decorator. Oh, now I'm not sure. No, this is just base game. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, there you go. We all got it, I guess. And these magazines, I would imagine she probably does not read magazines, but these are very aesthetic, like the colors and stuff. So I think that she probably got these. It's kind of like when people buy books for their coffee table that they never are going to read. I'm sorry if you feel called out and if you're one of those people. I think it's really cool aesthetically. It's really pretty, but it's also a little sus. Oh, now I'm just going to have to do this because I've messed it up. There we go. Okay. I'm also using these squiggly wiggly candles just because, you know, why not? And we need that. And I think I'm gonna change the colors. I think I was thinking like, oh, this will break it up, but let's just keep in with the similar colors. Not? Let's do, I don't know if those are too matchy. That's definitely matched. It's like the same color as the table. Maybe those. Maybe just the default swatch. Yeah. I also have this neon sign that came with Love Struck, I believe. No, this is High School Years. Yeah. Okay. And I sized it up with the bracket key. It's very, very cool looking with everything else. And again, I just feel like she could film here and that would just give it like the perfect, you'll see the other stuff we're going to put around it, but it would give it like the perfect little look. You know, so that's what we're going to do. And I was thinking like, well, I want to put a clothing rack in here because again, I want it to be aesthetic, but I don't really, oh, finally my AC turned off. So we should have no more whooshing for now. Try to hurry up and get this over before it starts again. But yeah, I was like, well, what clothing rack? Because I was looking at originally just some more of the Dream Home Decorator ones. And I was like, you know, that's fine, but we've already got like this entire moment out here. And I do have a little bit of that over here, which you'll see in a bit. But I found this one and I was like, I have never seen it in this swatch before. This is from High School Years. I've only ever seen it in the default like black and white, which is lovely and fine. But I thought that these colors were perfect. So I'm doing that and I've put a hairdryer, just like some incidental stuff, some nail polish and a little bit of jewelry on the top of there, as well as some little clothes. Now I would imagine she probably has most of her clothes in the closet, like packed away, like all shoved in, but this is for the aesthetic tour my bedroom like type of situation. So this is what she's keeping out. And like I've seen vloggers like that I've followed where they'll have like, oh, I like to put out like a little capsule wardrobe or something like that for the season. And I think that's really smart because like I noticed for myself, oops, sorry, I booped my mic. I'm not used to this and I talk with my hands. Now that I don't have a bunch of books in front of my face, it gives me more freedom to talk with my hands, so I forget that I boot my mic all the time. So sorry. Anyway, I think that's really smart because I notice for myself every season, I'm only going for like the same like few things. And maybe if I kind of saw some of my other stuff that I just kind of have pulled out, I'll want to reach for those more. I don't have a ton of clothes, but like I'm not really into clothes that much. I like certain stylish clothes that I'm very picky about my clothes, but I'm plus size, so it's hard to find clothes anyway. And if you know, you know, especially in like a girly sort of like cottagecore style that I like. So I'm very picky and it's very hard to find things. So if I remember I have certain things, what I'm trying to get at is maybe I'll do the clothing rack. Maybe it would be helpful. I'm not trying to hate. At all. I do have, again, this little guy here. So this is the shelf that I have. And I'm just assuming that maybe this is sort of IKEA-ish stuff. So that's why she's got like this out here. I think I mixed esk and ish together. So forgive that. But yeah, so maybe this came from like similar thing and you can just kind of all put it together. And so this is one of those things that came with it or that was like part of it. So she just put that in here. This is going to have like her makeup and little things like storage in here. I also have this guy, ZZ Plant, on top in the pink and gold swatch. Told you I was going to fit him in someplace, and I have. And then we gotta have the mirror. Yeah, I don't really think that anybody has this. I think this is very 2020, 2021, but this is from high school years, and I gotta use it in here. I'm sorry, it has to be done. I'm doing it in the pink, and I think I would like to maybe scoot this over a little and sort of angle it just ever so slightly. Nah, the angling doesn't really do much for it. Let's just have it straight up. I don't want it to go into the wall too much. If you had this mirror, are you still using it? I feel like the people who got this as a trend, they don't have it anymore, but I feel like the people, so here's the thing with me, and maybe there are people out there with like this type of situation for this type of mirror or this design style. I feel like there are people who just glob onto trends and then just get rid of stuff that quickly. And then I feel like there are people like me who I've always loved cottagecore stuff. It just wasn't called cottagecore. It was like all that secret garden, period drama stuff from like, you know, England and Scotland and all of this, and they put a name to it and we were like, I like that. So I feel like people probably liked things like this before, and they probably are still using this because this is just their style and it spoke with like to them, and it just like became a trend and they were able to get a lot more stuff than they could ever find before. If you're like that, leave a comment, because I feel like that's how I am. Not about this mirror, but like about the styles that I like. It was like in 2020 when all of those like prairie dresses and stuff came out and everyone was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. And then like a month or so later, like a year later, everyone was like, it's like a little house on the prairie. I'm like, that you are saying that like that's a bad thing, because I love Little House on the Prairie. Well, let me tell you. Okay, I am finishing up with this like cosmic cactus. Honestly, this thing is just so out there. Like it's definitely Sims-ish, but I feel like it goes with this whole aesthetic. I told you we were going to create a vignette. Look at that. Look at that. Is it a vignette? I don't know. We're going to create some beignets, guys. But that is the bedroom done. Let's take a little tour. All right, so when you first walk in, this is what we are seeing. While I was talking, I did put in this little side table with a rock salt, like a lilac or lavender colored rock salt. Has a little cute mug on it and her little day planner as well, since she does have a job. And I love the bed. I think this is perfect, other than this mattress part. We're going to like pretend like that's not there, but I think that's so cute. And I hate the shadow on this window, but it's because I've sized down things and layered things, and The Sims 4 is not equipped for that. It is 10 years old officially, and as of the making of this video, and it is not having it. Hopefully we won't have that kind of problem if there is another Sims iteration. We have this little area over here, which is her clothing rack. Everything is so aesthetic. And the mirror. I think this is pretty cozy. Honestly, I feel like she's done pretty well. She probably doesn't have a ton of money. Oh, now we can't see this. Ugh. There we go. She probably doesn't have a ton of money, but what she's getting crafty. You know, you can do different camera angles and make things look however you want. We lost everything. Okay. Anyway, out of tour mode here. I'm pleased. I think this turned out better than I thought it would, because I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be really boring, like just doing like more of this, but in a bedroom. but I think it's turning out well. I love the bathroom too. The bathroom. Minus all this jitteriness, I think it's cute. If my daughter moved into her apartment, if she was like a teenager, no, not a teenager, please, a 20-something, and this is what it looked like, I would be proud of her. I'd be like, this is the cutest in the world. Even if she was 40 years old and this was her style, 50, 60, whatever years old, if I could live to see that, I would be like, you are doing well. I love it. This is cute. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Are you liking this? Do you think this is cute? You think this is out of style? How are you feeling? How are we feeling today, by the way? Drop me a comment. Let me know. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye!